He's there's definitely a little bit of a crustiness to his voice.
I like that term.
It's authentic.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
That's
where
blues,
he was,
man.
It's where he was at the time, and we got it out of him, and the feeling is still there, and that's all what it's about.
Well, look, that was a real special treat. But we got you here. We got the video rolling. We're up on Facebook and on YouTube. Okay, not on the website.
Yeah.
We're all a little rusty. We're getting our chops back. We were just mentioning, for the longest time, we weren't able to get together and have people up in the studio, and we're celebrating that we can. And I'm just so happy that I got you in here, Joe Krown. This is just a real treat.
Man, it's my pleasure.
Yeah. So you've got a new record coming out. You're still going out with Kenny Wayne Shepherd, and you're doing all these gigs on your own. Yep. Any special project that you're finally able to get to, and cleaning the garage doesn't count?
I've been playing a lot with a guy named Jason Ricci.
Oh yeah.
And I wanted to talk a little bit about Jason. Jason he's a transplant that's only been here about 15 years, which is not a lot of time for people to be here, because I've only been here about 31 years, and it's still only 31 years. But Jason is an award-winning harmonica player who has a very active and healthy career on his own, and we kind of started playing together a few years ago. We were booked by the same agency, and I kept hearing that Jason was living here, and he wants to meet you, and get him come on out and do all these other things. And I started calling Jason to come in and play when Walter couldn't make the trio gigs. And what I mean by that is his band, the Roadmasters, was off in some city playing some festival,
or conflict,
some country,
whatever,
playing some gigs, whatever.
Yeah.
So I called Jason up, and I call a lot of other people up to come and play. Through the years I used Papa Molly, Brent Anderson, John Foll, just trying some different things, with some different people. But the thing with Jason was kind of unique to me in the sense that, first of all, it's organ, harmonica, and drums. There's nothing like that out there, or there's nothing that I could find that's out there. Maybe there is, maybe there's some stuff in Europe that's doing something like that, but there wasn't anything that I really could find that came close. We didn't bat an eye. There was one record I found by a harmonica player out of the 60s that used the Jack McDuff Trio, and his name was Shaky Jake, and they did a record on Prestige. But anyway, so it had this uniqueness about it, and Jason is he's a unique player in himself. He plays more like a horn player than he does a harmonica player, and he doesn't flinch an eye when it comes time to playing any kind of songs or melodies.
The two of you work together really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He plays a blues harmonica, which is, if people know anything about harmonicas, they're pentatonic based on the blues scale, which is basically 5 notes, which you can bend them in certain sort of ways. But he plays a standard blues harmonica, and he plays it like a chromatic, which means he can hit all 12 notes in the scale. Yeah. So we play all kinds of songs with all kinds of melodies, and he hits it note for note with me on everything.
Oh, yeah, you guys are awesome together.
Yeah. And
are you playing coming in the near future?
Yes, we are.
Oh, you were getting to that, weren't you?
Oh, yes, we are. We're playing this Sunday, the 1st, and January 22nd at the Maple Leaf.
Fantastic.
Because what ended up happening was I was using him to sub for Walter, and then he's kind of filled in becoming the replacement and being the next trio that I
Gotcha.
do. And we did a record last year.
City Country City. Yeah. Yep, one of my top 10.
It came out great, and we got a lot of airplay from it and great reviews, and it's doing great for us. And so it was a natural transition as Walter started to fade to bring Jason in. And in fact, this past Jazz Fest, Walter was not doing his best. He really couldn't sing too much. He was doing some treatments back then, and I got Jason and Walter on Jazz Fest together.
Right.
And to me, it was one of the better ones that I've ever done, just because we had such a variety of things going on with it. So that's a nice project that I'm doing, and I'm doing a couple of times a month at the Maple Leaf with Jason, once a month with Jason at Dos Jefes, and now another thing I'm doing is tomorrow night I'm playing at Snug Harbor, and this is a tribute to the late great Dr. Lonnie Smith.
Yeah, that's always a winner.
Yeah, and that's this year we got Kyle Roussel, who's fabulous, and the ever elusive DeVell Crawford.
I saw him last weekend.
Yeah.
Yep, he was at Snug Harbor.
He's not around much.
Yeah, but he's here.
But Jason Patterson is bringing him in for this. I think he's got a show the next night on his own. So if you're in town, do not miss DeVell on Friday. But we're doing it this year with the Lonnie Smith tribute with Kyle and DeVell, and I'm real excited about that.
Well, I'm excited about having you here. Let's play some music. I asked you a leading question, and you ran with it, and the video guys are like, let's have him play.
Yeah, I can see them yelling at you.
No. Every word you say is magical.
Okay, well, like tonight I'm playing at Dos Jefes solo, and so I figured I'd do something that I'm going to do kind of like there, and this is Sunny Side of the Street. Okay?
need an applause track there. Thank you, Joe Krown, man.
Thank you.
That was wonderful. Thanks so much for coming
Yeah,
in,
thanks for
man.
having
This
me.
has
I
just
love
been
doing this.
well, we
I
love
miss doing this.
Yeah, I know we've gone on a little long, but it's like we got 2 years to cram it into here right now. So people, you got gigs all over the place. You're doing all these different projects. Where can we find out more about you if
Well,
we
I
are
have
curious?
my website, surprisingly, www.joekrown.com.
That's Crown with a K.
Crown with a K, right? And I do have Facebook and Instagram. You can follow me there. I post all of the stuff that I do on there, and I actively interact through my Facebook musicians page or through Instagram.
Excellent.
And if you want to just write me notes, I do read it. I do respond, and if you ever want to find where I am or see what's going on or get information, I'm pretty user friendly. I take Walter Wolfman Washington's cue and I interact with everybody.
There you go. Awesome. Joe Krown here on
Thanks, Lisa.
WWOZ.